Are you aging too fast? Let's find out. The test is called the sit and rise test. First, I will show you how to do the test. Then I will explain the scoring system, how to score it, how to deduct points. So I start with crossed legs, standing on the ground. Usually, it's good to do it without socks or shoes and do it on a firm surface. So I try to get down the ground, down, and try to get up. This test measures your musculoskeletal fitness, your mobility, flexibility, and the strength of your lower body, your legs and your core. The point of the exercise is not to use any support from your hands or your knee, not from your knees or shin, and not to use the side of your legs as you are going down or coming up. The maximum points that you can get is 10, so 5 points on the way up and 5 points on the way down. So I show you again. I'm not using any hands or any support. I cross my legs, but I'm not using the side of my feet as I'm going down. This is 5 points because I haven't used any support. As I'm coming up, whoops, I did use the side of my feet, which means it's deducting 1 point. Anytime you use any point of support, we deduct 1 point. So for me, this sit and rise test means a 9 point, which is very good. The best bracket is the 8 to 10 category. If you lose your balance or you wobble, it means -5 point deduction. The next bracket would be the 6 to 7.5. One below this bracket would be 5. The next bracket below this would be the 3. The lowest bracket is anything below 3. So let's do another explanation of the scoring system. So I'm going down. Now this time I'm going to use my hand. This is -1 point on the way down. I haven't used anything, so it's 4 points on the way down. Now as I come up, I put my shin or knees on the ground, so that's -1 point on the way up. And that's how it is. It's still -1 point on the way down, -1 point on the way up. So it's still 8 points, which is still in the high bracket, in the high scoring category. This test is a very good measure of your functionality, your body functionality in terms of strength, balance, and mobility. Sitting down the ground and rising up is a basic functional movement that everybody should be able to do, and the inability of doing this has a high correlation of all types of mortality. We expect lower scores as we are aging because we're more likely using our hands or knees or legs on the way down or on the way up just to overcome any muscle weakness or imbalance or any postural issues. So it is natural that the score is decreasing as we are aging. The good news is that you can improve and work on this score. A high score in the 8 and 10 bracket means that you have a preserved functional independence regardless of your age. And it also means that you have a reduced risk of falling. Every 1 point increase in your score reduces your risk of dying by 20% in the next 6 years. Of course, it doesn't mean that if you do this test twice or 3 times in a row and you get different results, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden you've reduced your risk of dying by 60% just in 1 hour. You do this test a few times and eventually you will figure out the technique that works for you. There is a bit of a technique involved in this. The way I do it is I start with crossed legs and I drive my body weight backwards. This helps me to stay in a well-balanced position. And on the way up, I move my body weight forward. So my body weight is moving forward and there's a bit of momentum as well. So you need a bit of power in your legs and core to get up. But as I said, keep trying a few different techniques and see what works for you. But eventually you will score the same over and over, so that is your score. This test has a significant correlation between your ankle mobility, hip mobility, your lower body or leg strength, the power, your agility, your balance. So any exercise that improves these will help you to improve your score. One of the best exercises to practice in order to increase your score is squats. Squat is a perfect exercise for this because you are using the same muscles, the same joints, so you can practice squats. I will link one of my previous ankle mobility video to this video, so you can check that out and work on your ankle mobility. Reduction in strength and mobility with aging usually starts about age 35. If you are 35 or over, it is a very good idea to start to practice strength and mobility, flexibility exercises on a regular basis, because we want a bright future for ourselves in terms of functional independence. Have fun with this test, do it a couple of times, work out the technique that works for you, and have a look what's your general score, and go from there. You can work on it to improve your score. As I showed you, any exercise that strengthens your lower body, like squats, is a perfect one. You can practice it. Any mobility, stretching exercise is perfect to improve your flexibility, and maybe yoga to improve your balance. So any of these exercises will improve your score, which means you are improving your functional independence in the long term, which means you are more likely to live a long and quality life. Have fun with your family and friends. Maybe you have a competition, and let me know in the comments how you went.